Hi, my name is Drake Greenwood, and this is my recap or second recap video for sport ethics class. The question number one is, in your opinion, is it unethical to bet on sports? I don't think it's unethical for the average person to bet on sports because they have no skin in the game in terms of like what the outcome of the game. I mean, they're not playing in the game, but for somebody like me who's an athlete and plays college baseball, it would definitely be unethical to bet on college baseball because I might know a little more, I have some insider information, and stuff like that. So I think if you're betting on sports that you don't play and you have no involvement in the game, it's not unethical. But if you are involved with the game or in any sort of way, it's pretty unethical. So number two, what are three takeaways from the three-part video series, sports gambling? So I think first takeaway is I didn't really understand or didn't know, I guess, the mob's background with sports gambling. I know they were involved with casinos, but I didn't know they were involved with sports gambling like that. I think that there was some pretty clear evidence in the like tennis and sports worlds that are susceptible because of the one player thing. I thought that was pretty unique. I also thought it was very unique to hear from the individuals in the soccer match in the lower leagues that had been corrupted, and I thought it was interesting to see how even at the lower levels, or even more so at the lower levels, that game fixers were targeting those type matches even in the soccer leagues. Explain how match fixing works. So, take for example the European soccer leagues. One of the match fixers who remained anonymous said that they had like to have a minimum of 6 players involved, preferably 3 on each team, to where all those people know that the game is going to be fixed and they've been bribed ahead of time. And they want to have the goalkeeper, so they pay the players ahead of time and they decide who's going to win the game. And the players intentionally lose in order to in order for the bettors and the fixers to bet large sums of money on the game because they already know what the outcome is going to be. And so, in having the goalkeeper there is a big deal because obviously they can directly affect what goes into the net, what doesn't in the score, more so than other players. What are 2 reasons why tennis is susceptible to fraud and corruption? Tennis is susceptible, I think, A, because it's a one-person game, so you don't have to corrupt a whole team. You can just corrupt one person. And B, because they explained it in those videos about how the ATP does their rankings, and if you play more than, I think it was 17 events, you can pick and choose which events affect your ranking. So if you lose, potentially it won't affect your worldwide ranking. So you have no cost to you to lose. 3 takeaways from the Louis and Gambling video. I think my biggest takeaway was Louis' bluntness in asking questions about how much people they lost. That was pretty funny the whole time. Very interesting to see. I don't remember his name, but the man who was the salesman, I believe, that was had shown Louis to how to gamble at the very beginning with blackjack. He said blackjack was his game when he was losing and he couldn't leave. I thought that was pretty interesting and crazy. He was in there, what they said was multiple days. And finally, the older lady who was just losing money in slots, how she just used it to fill the time and she just didn't care if she won or lost because she just wanted something to do. And final talking points for the module. Just general fixing in college sports. I have a family friend who has helped train and helped me work out for my whole life, but he played football at Northwestern, and they were involved in a fixing scandal, and he was actually the one who caught or reported, I think it was their running back, for fixing their games. and they went on. I think they won. They went like 1-11 that year, or something like that. I mean, they had a terrible record, and the next year they went to the Rose Bowl. So it was clearly. I mean, it was clearly affecting the team because they went from being really bad to really, really good. Okay, so thank you, and that is the end of my module. Thank you.